Oh, good evening. We are live. Yes, we are. My name's Adam, and this below me is Alex.
Good evening.
Welcome to Trinity Church Milnthorpe's online quiz. I hope you had a great day in the sunshine on bank holiday. Do be letting us know your team name. You can do that in the comments on YouTube. So let us know what your team name is, and hopefully there are some people watching. If you can't do comment, if you don't have a YouTube account and you can't put your comments in, you can email them to us as well. So the email address is tcmquiz2021@gmail.com. So tcmquiz2021@gmail.com. So let us know your team name. I'm excited. Are you excited, Alex, about this quiz?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to some team names. You know, I don't think we can give a bonus point, but anything as creative, you know, the best quiz pun would be great. You could, you know, be inspired after your favorite singer, maybe Quiz Team Aguilera, or if you're into rap, a bit of Rascal, something like that. Yeah, there's just respect, no bonus points.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We do enjoy a bit of creativity. Just to give you a breakdown of how we're going to run this evening, there's going to be 5 rounds of questions, mixture of general knowledge. I mean, it is an Easter quiz, but I don't think there's any questions specifically on Easter. But 5 rounds, general knowledge. We're going to have 2 rounds. We'll then have the answers. And then you can upload your scores, comment your scores, or email them to us. Then have another 2 rounds, the answers. And then we're going to have a short talk, about 5 or 6 minutes long. And then we're going to finish with the final round. And then we'll have the grand reveal of the results and who is the winner. So we'll see how that goes.
The bright sparks. Very good.
We
do have someone here looking after our scores over on the side. Annie can have a wave at us. She's trying to keep things fair. She's writing your team names down. She'll be writing in hopefully your honest answering. You know, we're relying on you guys to, you know, be honest. And there are prizes as well. You know, exciting. We've got first and third prize. There's no wooden spoon. You know, we won't name or shame anyone at the bottom, but they've come up already. So first prize, £30 of Amazon voucher, which is pretty exciting. I'm sure you could buy something quite good with that. It's £20 for second, £10 for third. So it's, you know, it's not just an easy quiz. There's something to be won.
Absolutely. There's It's not just for fun. This is it. I would say there is definitely competition. There is definitely good prize to be won. You can donate that money to charity as well. I believe you can do that now on Amazon if you're feeling generous. But yeah, of course. So you are at home. You are scoring your own round. So we are relying on you to be fair. No use of Google or Yahoo, any other search engine. Ask Jeeves. Don't know. So let's see if we got any team names coming in so far.
A bit of hope. Positive. The rather Radical Roy's fantastic alliteration like that.
Lydia Rose, the Tramps set. Interesting. The Tramps set. Don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I don't know either.
She said, sorry, wait, sent it too soon. The Tramps are in it to win it. That's their team name. Very good. We've got the Bright Sparks, the Brambles. Let's see how bright that spark really is by the end of the night. George Greaves, Lovely picture there. The dynamic duo. Wow. Yeah, dynamic. Very good.
Why that was so funny. Team Townley Tigers. That's pretty good.
Team Townley Tigers.
Good strong picture there as well.
Oh, there's some fighting talk going on. Bramwell's got their game face on. And a bit of a team name here from the Roys, the rather rowdy radical Roys. Good use of alliteration.
We've got the cracked eggs as well. Is that an Easter disaster? I don't know. Maybe they've cracked into their eggs already. Is that acceptable yet? Do you have to wait for your Easter egg until Sunday?
No, Good Friday's fine.
Oh, okay. That's from the quiz. Hey, look, the Jersey Beans. That's my dad.
Is it? Oh, go on, Rich.
Wow. We made this a multinational quiz. Even better.
The Jersey Beans. We've got some, some Ireland, some. There we go. And the car keys from the Clark. The car, is that an anagram of? Don't know. Maybe the car keys. Good. Well, sorry, I've just got we have got around just a minute to go. There's no points for this, but if you want to just sort of get yourself warmed up, we've got some logos. You can have a look at and have a go, see if you can think what they are. There we go. See if anyone else is arriving. There we go. If anyone's had any interesting things they've done today, or perhaps you are out in your garden while we speak, doing a quiz in the garden of sunshine with perhaps another household, do let us know. Be good to hear.
Exciting. I like your shirt and tie, Adam. You've scrubbed up very well.
Thank you.
This is actually the first time I put a shirt and tie on for a very long time.
Since your wedding?
Maybe since my own wedding, yeah.
Yeah. It was a bit last minute for me. I arrived, Alex was suited and booted, so I thought I'd best quickly get a shirt. Fortunately, I had a clean one. But yeah, it's good to make an effort, isn't it, sometimes? I think some of those logos are pretty easy. Some are pretty tricky, aren't they, I think? I'm not sure. Don't think I can get all of them.
Look relatively car heavy, but probably not all. That maybe is me showing a bit of naivety.
Oh, your mum's playing as well, Alex, apparently.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to be a strong team?
Careful.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure they'll be fantastic.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. No, I believe they've got plenty of quiz experience, good general knowledge. I'm sure they'll balance off. You know, maybe my dad's stronger on certain areas, bit of a geography, history sort of man. My mum has other experience, which is pretty good. Probably good with the film round, I think, that's coming up.
Okay, sorry, I'm just going to, apparently, I'm a bit quiet, so I'm going to try and speak louder, try and turn my mic up a little bit. I can figure out how to. Apologies if you are struggling to hear me. We'll give people another minute, and then I think we'll get cracking. There's at least a pun, but Okay, let me reveal the results of this logo round. See how many you have got. There we go. Oh, hopefully you can see then. What have we got there? Number 1, Mazda, of course. Number 2, National Rail. So hopefully everyone got that one. Number 3, Starbucks. Number 4, HMV. Does that still exist? I'm not sure. Maybe it does on an online format. Maybe, yeah. Number 5, Toyota. 6, Reebok. 7, Amnesty International. That's a good one. 8 is Walmart. 9, MOT Test Centre. Very good. Number 10, Skoda. 11, how do you say that? Chanel. Number 12, Ryanair. Fantastic. Okie dokie. I don't think there's any more new teams that are coming in, so hopefully everyone is primed and ready. So I think, do we get started with our first round, Alex?
First round. Well, hopefully you've got coming up on your screens cheese or IKEA, which is our first round, which might sound a slightly odd one, but it's pretty simple. Basically, we're going to have a word come out, and your decision is it a nice type of probably continental cheese, or is it the name for one of IKEA's many different brands of furniture? So, for example, if we said cheddar, hopefully most of you would not be thinking a chair. You'd be thinking something delicious on toast, melted and nice, or maybe in a ham sandwich. But if I said, say, Dagstrop, you might be thinking, ooh, what is that? Or if you're a mad IKEA fan, you'll know definitely that is one of their top-selling sofas. I did have to look that up myself beforehand. If you have any Swedish previous knowledge, you're probably going to be in a fantastic advantage in this round. But if you don't have any Swedish knowledge, it might be a little bit more challenging. So that is the idea. Word's going to come up. Just say, is it a cheese or is it an IKEA type of furniture? I think. So do excuse any slightly poor pronunciation by myself or Adam. But we'll see. So without further ado, let's start the quiz in round 1.
Hope you got a pen and pencil. Probably should have mentioned that at the start. And also you can get 40 seconds. Is that right? 40 seconds per question. So don't hang around. Okay. So question 1 is Hervé. Is it cheese or is it IKEA? Hervé? Yeah.
No, that's the pronunciation.
Cheese or IKEA? Are you a fan of IKEA then, Alex?
Yeah, I guess mixed feelings. You know, my positive memories are Swedish meatballs. There was the sort of carrot dangled at the end of that long haul through IKEA, but probably the not so positive side was the going through IKEA. I think, yeah, that was tough. I think you know. Well, isn't it great? You know, if I share a family memory. Oh, question 2 first. Finbo. Is that a cheese or is it IKEA? Yeah, no, I can remember when I was 7 or 8 being taken along to IKEA, and I guess, you know, this is great if your mum and dad here are listening, but yeah, that was being dragged through that for a long time, and then holding out the end for those Swedish meatballs, and actually getting to the end, and I think there was barely any left in the cafe, and it was a little bit of a letdown. So yeah, not positive vibes about IKEA. How about yourself? You know, have you kitted out a house? Maybe something else?
Yeah, I mean, I am a fan of IKEA actually. I'll just wait till this question finishes. There we go. We're on to question 3, and this is groggy. Groggy. That could mean several things in there, but is it cheese or is it IKEA? Yeah, so I am a fan of IKEA. I do enjoy going around the showroom, looking at the example living rooms and kitchens and getting inspiration. It's great. But it is tough, isn't it? Like you said, you know, I always find you get to the end, or you think you're at the end, you sort of get through the bedroom section, you're into the toy section, have a little play, then you think you're done. But then you hit the marketplace. IKEA marketplace. I'm not a fan. Right,
Question 4. Here we go. It's a double word one. Femen vag. Is that a delicious cheese, or maybe not so nice cheese, or is that an IKEA furniture? Would it be delicious on toast, or would it be a great writing desk? But what you do discover at IKEA, which is one of the best things I discovered, I can't remember when, on one trip, is there are shortcuts. So if you're really struggling, you're not actually just trapped in that whole conveyor belt the whole way down. There are little sections to bypass. You know, if you're only dropped in just to pick up maybe a chair, and you think, oh, I've got to go through the bathroom section, the sofa section, all like that, the kitchen section, you can bypass it all. Fantastic.
Question 5. Lappy. Is it cheese or is it IKEA? Lappy. It's a great one. You know those obscure European cheeses, isn't it? But yeah, shortcuts to IKEA. Yeah, that's a fantastic tip, because it can be a tough one. But like you say, by the time you get to the end, you do just want some Swedish meatballs. Absolutely.
You do. But I do, you know, I was saying that some people love IKEA. You know, some people can build a day around it, I think. Next cheese, or is it IKEA coming up, is a moose. A moose. You could also say, yes, it's a sort of roving animal in the North Pole as well, but it also has another use. Could it be moose cheese? You know, I assume somebody must herd moose and manage to get milk from it and maybe make cheese.
Could be like a picture frame or a moose stool, maybe.
Moose stool made out of moose or just the name for moose?
Yeah, no, just this name. I would have thought. I think I wouldn't really condone a moose stool. Sorry, question 7. Gulunge. Gulunge. Is that cheese or is that IKEA? I think that's how you pronounce it. Gulunge. 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 Could be. But if you know it, you know, don't you? That's it. I mean, maybe perhaps it is a cheese and you've had it before on your toast, grated on a lasagna.
Yum yum.
Do you have a favourite cheese? Then we've spoken about IKEA. Do you have a favourite cheese?
Good point. I mean, going through this round, I realise I'm pretty limited on my cheese. I mean, the next question, a Brunost. Is it a cheese? Is it IKEA? I don't have a clue. I don't know. And probably my limited cheese world experience has really held me back. I've not recognised any of these as a cheese so far. Maybe they're all IKEA, but I don't think they are. So yeah, I'm very limited. You know, bit of a cheddar, maybe venture out into a bit of mozzarella. Avoid all the blue cheese. Full stop. So I'm a bit of a boring cheese person. And if you see a dodgy cheese on the plate, and you need to eat it, just smother it in chutney, and then you can put it down you. So yeah, not very experienced. Sorry. I mean, have you ever tried a Brunost cheese?
I couldn't say. Question 9. The next one is Maribo. Maribo. Is that cheese or is that IKEA? Maribo. Yeah. Yeah, they're not. None of these I recognise. But maybe, I mean, once you've had the answers, maybe I'll go and try some of these cheeses one day. It's good to broaden your horizons, isn't it, when it comes to cheese?
I guess it is. That's very adventurous of you. Oh, here we go. Question 10. A havsta. Doesn't sound that Swedish, but it could be. Anyway. But havsta.
They have Swedish. I think we have 12 questions in this round as well. The only round with 12 questions.
2 more to go. I guess the advantage is it is 50-50. So if you are sitting there scratching your head thinking, oh my goodness, just you can guess. It's okay. You're not going to miss out that much.
I mean, I'd like to think no one's left a blank answer. That'd be foolish, wouldn't it? I think.
Definitely would be.
Question 11. Svale. 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 Is that cheese or is that IKEA?
I did learn something interesting. Did you know that IKEA is an acronym? Did you know that? No. Anyway, but
sorry, what? Acronym.
IKEA is named after the guy back in 1950 sort of time who founded it. And I don't actually know his name, but his initials were I and K. And he decided to pick the other two after his childhood home and came out with IKEA, which is an interesting fact.
Okay.
Here we go. Last cheese or last IKEA. And it's Aib. Aib.
Aib. Aib. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Aib.
Oh no.
The last question is IKEA or cheese round. So do make sure you got an answer for all of them. And then we're going to go to our second round, round 2. And round 2 is Who Am I? So you need to make sure you've got your sound on. Although if you haven't got your sound on, you won't have heard me say that. And this round is basically going to hear a clip, a voice clip from different celebrities, different famous people, and you've got to guess who they are. Okay, so we're going to play the clip twice. So the clip's about maybe 10 to 20 seconds. We'll play it twice, and then you'll get 40 seconds to put your answer in. I think that's fairly clear. So let's go to our first clip.
But I have another passion, which may come as quite a surprise. Ever since I've been a little girl, I've adored trees. But I have another passion, which may come as quite a surprise. Ever since I've been a little girl, I've adored trees.
Okay. Who was that? Who adores trees? That's a big word to use. Adore tree. Do you like trees?
I guess I like trees. I wouldn't probably maybe be as passionate as our person we're guessing as about trees. They seemed really keen on trees, I think, on that front.
Yeah, no, it did. No, I like trees too, but I wouldn't go so far as to hug a tree, but I do like and appreciate, and I'm thankful for trees.
Very restrained.
Okay. Question.
Not. There's a lot more hopes than left in me, but I just try my best at this event to make all the people that watch happy, and hopefully I can win a couple more, and that's it. I'm not. There's a lot more hopes than left in me, but I just try my best at this event to make all the people that watch happy, and hopefully I can win a couple more, and that's it.
Well, I thought I heard even a little, maybe a tear in there. A snuffle. Someone who tries very hard.
Didn't sound very happy, did they?
That's true. That's
Yeah, someone's described it as profound in the comments there. It was quite a profound statement, wasn't it, I suppose? Who was that? These are much easier when you know the answer, I find. But let's see. Question number 3.
Absolutely terrific. These slides are, I think, familiar to most people who watch this. The first is a look at transport usage in the country, and it's really as a proxy for our people continuing to stay at home except for essential business. Absolutely terrific. These slides are, I think, familiar to most people who watch this. The first is a look at transport usage in the country, and it's really as a proxy for our people continuing to stay at home except for essential business.
Who was that? Talking about transport usage. A thrilling topic of conversation.
definitely. Staying at home as well. That was mentioned.
Yeah, I felt like there perhaps was some clues in the in what they were talking about. Yeah, there was one time, wasn't there, where each day you were fascinated by transport usage, and you were staying at home. It's incredible.
What a time.
Right, question 4.
I suppose during lockdown, we've had to take on additional roles that perhaps others around us in our communities or in our lives would have perhaps supported us and helped us with. So, you know, I've become a hairdresser this lockdown, much to my children's horror. I suppose during lockdown, we've had to take on additional roles that perhaps others around us in our communities or in our lives would have perhaps supported us and helped us with. So, you know, I've become a hairdresser this lockdown, much to my children's horror.
Wow, who was that?
Who was that?
Have you become a hairdresser in lockdown?
Well, I think one look at this screen shows that's unfortunately not the case. My boss decided to add me to the ops list for dematting the other day as a bit of humour. Obviously, I'm not looking very smart, but hey, you know, 10 days now, and those barbers going to be open, and I'll hopefully be queuing at the door to finally lose maybe not quite a kilo, but a bit of a waif off my head, which would be great. But I know you've done a little bit of barbering yourself quite successfully.
Yeah, successful. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute after this one.
And I'm here to play with puppies and to answer your questions. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet the pups. Bring in the pups. And I'm here to play with puppies and to answer your questions. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet the pups. Bring in the pups.
Okay, good one. A short one. Pups, who was that? Yeah, no, on successful hairdressing in lockdown. I wouldn't necessarily say that happened in our house. I'm very much looking forward to having a professional haircut legally.
It looks symmetrical from here, so you know that's always a good start.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just a bad camera, to be honest. It's to be fair, second or third time round, it's not as bad as first time. I have got better.
Fair enough.
Okay, coming up to question 6. Here we go.
Everywhere I go, I get to see young people. And we owe young people that optimism, that hope, because what's the alternative? And they come into this world, you see with your little girls, with so much promise. and so much openness. We're the ones that shut them down. Everywhere I go, I get to see young people. And we owe young people that optimism, that hope, because what's the alternative? And they come into this world, as you see your little girls, with so much promise and so much openness. We're the ones that shut them down.
Okay. Slightly different accents, I thought, on that one.
It was.
I keep thinking it's an unusual thing to say, isn't it? That in 10 days' time, we'll legally be able to go to the barbers. I don't think there's any time in history where someone's had to say that before.
I think you're probably right. Is it?
I thought you were about to prove me wrong then, but no.
I was trying to think of previous bans on suspicious barbers in history. Yeah, I don't know. Probably never happened before, and hopefully never happen again.
Well, hopefully, maybe next year. Okay, sorry. Question 7.
I really don't like this. You now, no, I know exactly what you want to do. I said what I said. Do with it what you want. I really don't like this. You now, no, I know exactly what you want to do. I said what I said. Do with it what you want.
Who was that?
Good guy. Good guy. Yeah. Someone's commented here, quite outrageous. It's a shame Annie hasn't found the scissors yet. I think that's a comment for you, Alex.
Yeah, I know. Annie,
Do you know
on the...
scissors?
Say again, sorry?
Do you trust your wife with the scissors, clippers?
Yeah, I guess I'd say yes, but obviously I haven't. So it's classic. Say one thing, don't do another thing. We've also got Sweeney Todd is Waiting, which is a little bit sinister.
Isn't it? Crikey. Okay, question 8.
Nature, make more noise. A bit of classic behaviour with the robin there, and if you caught that, there's the one robin hopping around here saying, "Where's my breakfast?" and then another one swooped in and chased it away. Nature, make more noise. A bit of classic behaviour with the robin there, and if you caught that, there's the one robin hopping around here saying, "Where's my breakfast?" and then another one swooped in and chased it away.
What was that noise at the start?
Is he that one?
That's some serious Robin passion right there. Like, wow.
That is almost as passionate as our first person who adored trees.
Yeah, good. I like obviously ecological nature theme you've woven into this Guess the Voice round.
Absolutely. But robins are fascinating. I learned recently that robins will fight to the death. You know, you think that these cute little birds that are on the front of Christmas cards, they're vicious. Oh, like that 40 seconds goes quickly. It's question 9 time.
Foreign Office ministers have been cleared of responsibility for the arms to Sierra Leone affair. Instead, the report into the row has largely blamed civil servants. The report was investigating the export of weapons to Sierra Leone in breach of a United Nations arms embargo. Foreign Office ministers have been cleared of responsibility for the arms to Sierra Leone affair. Instead, the report into the row has largely blamed civil servants. The report was investigating the export of weapons to Sierra Leone in breach of a United Nations arms embargo.
Okay, who was that? Talking about
change of theme. Definitely not much robins or trees there.
No, a bit more serious, wasn't it? Really.
Weapons, Sierra Leone, embargoes.
United Nations embargo. All will be revealed. Yes, yeah, 10 questions in this round, so one more, and then we're going to have the answers for the first 2 rounds.
Fantastic.
Okay, oops, excuse me. I just need to mute his.
There will not be any solutions or plans presented in line with these figures here today, because these numbers are too uncomfortable and you are still not mature enough to tell it like it is. There will not be any solutions or plans presented in line with these figures here today, because these numbers are too uncomfortable and you are still not mature enough to tell it like it is.
Passionate stuff, the last one. Good. So Ed Clark sounds like Winnie the Pooh. I hope that wasn't the last one. Maybe it was the Robin one.
I think it's the one before that, wasn't it? Hopefully the sound's coming through okay as well. Yeah, we'll see. I think we'll have, after this question, we'll give you a brief moment. If you're on Zoom, you can then restart your call. I was going to do it after the answers, but I think we've probably been going for nearly 40 minutes already. There we go. So we'll give you a brief moment. If you're on Zoom, end your call. If you've got a 40-minute limit, restart the game, and then we'll give you the answers. Excited to know what is cheese and what is IKEA? Shall see.
What cheese is that in that picture? You actually know?
I don't know if it's some in there or
Galunge.
Bit of Haribo, Maribo.
Maribo, great. The Maribo was maybe their sideline in cheese that wasn't so effective.
Yeah, the savoury range. Okay, yeah, let's go for the answers. I think. Hope everyone's back on. So, question 1 was Hervé, and it was, well, it's cheese. Oh, here's a picture of it. The Belgium soft cheese. All right, there we go. So give yourself a mark. You got that correct. Question 2. Give you this. You can read this one out, Alex.
This was Finbo. Well, we're pronouncing it Finbo. And was it cheese or was it IKEA? And the answer is, it was a cheese again. A semi-hard cheese from Denmark. A Danish cheese from there.
That's a classic mistake there. Yeah. Okay, give yourself a mark if you got cheese for that one. Question 3 was groggy. And was it cheese or was it IKEA? It is indeed IKEA. It's a stainless steel tray. Not so much furniture, but a useful household item. Stainless steel tray.
Obscure. If you actually own a groggy, please comment in the comments. It'd be fascinating to know. Question number 4, the Femin Vag. Is it cheese or was it IKEA? And the answer is, it's an IKEA. A very handy shower curtain for stopping the water going everywhere when you're in the shower.
Yep, could do one of them. There we go. Give yourself a mark if you got IKEA. Question 5 was Lappi. Is it cheese or is it IKEA?
Oh,
cheese from Lapland, which makes sense, doesn't it? Right? Lappi from Lapland. There we go.
What animals do they have in Lapland? Like, there can't be cows up there, or
reindeer.
Is it reindeer cheese?
Reindeer.
Well, that's maybe what Santa has. If Santa's taken a cheese sandwich, Good. Question number 6, the moose. Was it a cheese or was it an IKEA furniture? And the answer is, it's a cheese. It's a moose cheese from Sweden. We don't actually know if it's from a moose or not, but it was Swedish, which is good. So you might actually be able to eat this cheese in IKEA if you went to an IKEA in Sweden.
No, it is cheese from a moose.
Oh, it is?
It is actually cheese from a moose, yeah.
Good knowledge. That's not particularly original, is it, to call your cheese from your moose, but oh well.
There probably only is one cheese made from a moose, isn't there?
That's
so it's goat cheese. You call goat's cheese, don't you?
That's true. Oh, well.
Anyway, question 7 was galunge. Is IKEA or is it a delicious cheese? Oh, it's an IKEA baby changing unit. There we go. Perhaps you've seen a baby's nappy in a galunge before. That's probably how you pronounce it, is it? Galunge. I think it's more like that. Anyway.
Question number 8. So this is the brunost. And was it a cheese or was it IKEA? And the answer is, it's a cheese again, a Norwegian brown cheese. I guess I'm no Norwegian expert, but brun sounds a bit like brown, and maybe ost is cheese. So they're maybe just calling it brown cheese in Norwegian, which I guess it tells you what it is. And it does look a bit brown, strangely brown.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it doesn't look appetizing.
We've got if you get it at IKEA, do they mean it's both? Oh, very, very good point. Very good point in there. I think because it wasn't sort of actually a piece of furniture, we'll probably say no on that. But very good.
Maribo, is it cheese or is it IKEA? And the answer is cheese. It's another one from Denmark. From Denmark. It's a semi-hard Danish cheese. There we go. Okay.
Question number 10 was the Havstar. And was it cheese or was it IKEA? And it was IKEA. And last, a nice storage unit with glass-fronted panels. You could put everything.
Yeah, yeah. I believe it's actually a storage. So this is one part of the Havstar storage range. So you can have a kind of modular system where you can add other cabinets and shelving units to it, if you're interested. Oops.
Very good.
Question 11 was Svale. I'll give it this a picture there already. Is it cheese or is it IKEA? That doesn't look like cheese to me. It is IKEA. It's an IKEA desk lamp. There we go. Okay, and the last one.
Final one, question 12. Anaib, and we've got a picture there giving a clue. Was it cheese? Was it IKEA? It's a cheese, a fresh cheese. I have no idea what that means. Does it mean that it's not pasteurized, or I'm not sure? And it's all the way from Ethiopia. Fantastic.
Oh, it is made from raw milk, and you can make it yourself in the kitchen, I believe.
Oh, this is fun. Did you know this before this round? Because this is fantastic cheese knowledge.
No, my cheese knowledge knows no bounds. Yeah, so.
Well, there we go. Very good.
There we go. Okay, so hopefully you've got all the answers for that round. So we'll go into round 2, and we'll play the clip just once, just to remind us, and then we'll see what the answer is.
But I have another passion, which may come as quite a surprise. Ever since I've been a little girl, I've adored trees.
There she is, of course. It is
Judi Dench herself.
Oh no. Apologies there. Dame Judi Dench, there she is. So give yourself a mark for Dame Judi Dench, or just Judi Dench. There you go. Question number 2.
I'm not. There's a lot more hopes than left in me, but you know, I just try my best at this event to make all the people that watch happy, and you know, hopefully I can win a couple more, and that's it.
There we go. Sir Andy Murray.
Another person with the title, the Dame. So.
In the night, yeah. Hopefully you got that one. Question 3.
Absolutely terrific. These slides are, I think, familiar to most people who watch this. The first is a look at transport usage in the country, and it's really as a proxy for our people continuing to stay at home.
There we go. That was Chris Whitty. Yeah, very popular figure in the last 12 months. Distinctive voice, maybe you didn't quite get the name though. Tricky. Okay, question 4.
I suppose during lockdown, we've had to take on additional roles that perhaps others around us in our communities or in our lives would have perhaps supported us and helped us with. So, you know, I've become a hairdresser this lockdown.
Oh, my apologies, skipped on too far there. But that was Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge.
I suppose during lockdown.
Oh dear, what's going on? Right, there we go. There's the name, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. That was a difficult one, I'll be honest.
It was.
Very tricky.
Didn't notice the little prince's haircuts during the lockdown, but obviously she's gone for it herself. She's maybe done a very, very good job because they look smart. They've got a nice little part. Well, I've not looked at loads of pictures, but whenever they've appeared in public, they haven't had a horrendous barnet, you know.
There you go. Let's look at question 5 was.
And I'm here to play with puppies and to answer your questions. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet the pups. Bring in the pups.
Benedict Cumberbatch. There we go. Very distinctive voice, I think. But maybe when you can't see him, it's a bit more tricky. Give yourself a point. Question number 6.
Everywhere I go, I get to see young people. And we owe young people that optimism, that hope, because what's the alternative? And they come into this world, as you see with your little girls with
Michelle Obama. Distinctive
Michelle
accent,
Obama.
but maybe hard to place who actually was.
Yeah, and I guess you haven't heard her speak that much, really, maybe, in this country. So, yeah, tricky. Okay, we'll go to question number 7.
I really don't like this. You now, no, I know exactly what you want to do. I said what I said. Do with it what you want.
Jurgen himself.
Yeah, Jurgen Klippy Klopp. Yeah, he's a fun guy to listen to, Jurgen Klopp.
I hope Keith.
Very distinctive.
I hope Keith got that. I'm sure you've got some very large football. You might even be sitting here, Keith, now wearing your Liverpool football shirt that's part of your collection.
He has got a good collection of football shirts, that man. There we go. Right, a question.
Nature, make more noise. Classic behaviour with the robin there, and if you call that, there's the one robin hopping around here saying where's my breakfast, and then another one swooped in and chased it away.
Brilliant. The brilliant Bill Oddie, formerly of the Goodies. I mean, you knew it was going to be a nature guy, didn't you?
Passionate robin lover.
Absolutely. Question number 9. Let's see who this one.
Foreign Office ministers have been cleared of responsibility for the arms to Sierra Leone affair. Instead, the report into the row has largely blamed civil servants. The report was investigating the export of weapons to Sierra Leone in breach of a United Nations arms embargo.
There we go. Moira Stewart. Those who were a fan of Radio 2, I'm sure would have got that one. That was actually a clip from, I think, the early 90s, perhaps. So her voice hasn't changed, though, let's face it.
Strong.
Okay, and the last one, let's go question number 10.
There will not be any solutions or plans presented in line with these figures here today, because these numbers are too uncomfortable and you are still not mature enough to tell it like it is.
Greta Thunberg. There we go.
Good environmental theme at the end.
She was, yeah, slightly angry, isn't she? But there we go.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she was talking passionately, wasn't she? So
she was. That's fair.
Okay. So there we go. There's the first 2 rounds finished. Do toss up your scores. Should be out of 22. And if you comment with your team name and your score, and we can keep a record of that. Yeah, or you can email that to us as well. If you cannot comment on the YouTube. There we go. A couple of tricky rounds, I think, to start us off. That's some fairly respectable scores coming in. Ooh. The Roys have done very well there. The Barkers, 18. Ooh.
That's strong.
Nice, very strong. They probably like their cheeses though. Could be maybe that's a niche subject for them.
Cheese round was a failure. That's from the pictures. It was pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, most people are getting over 50% there. I think that's decent. Considering the IKEA and cheese round pretty much was 50-50. Okay, I'll give you a little bit longer just to post your scores in.
Oh, I saw an 18 at the top from the cracked eggs. Big score there.
Very good. Okay. Hopefully, I think that's hopefully everyone's got their scores in. You can always keep posting if you haven't already. And we can look at our next round, I think.
To round 3, the halfway point, and it's called "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." I guess after the classic song, "Ain't No Valley Low Enough." We're missing out the valley bit, but we're focusing on the mountains. And basically, the question is for each question is, what mountain ranges would you have to cross to make the following journey? So you're going to get 2 places, well, two cities. And it's going to rely on your geography knowledge, your global know-how to guess which mountain range would you have to travel to get between those 2 places. I think you don't have to know why you travel between the 2, though any suggestions are always great, but you just have to know what mountains you would climb over or go under or go through to get where you're going. So simple enough, hopefully. It's a sort of a sneaky geography round, I guess. Good. Yeah. So if we're ready, should we start round?
60 seconds for each question on this one. So a bit of extra time. Let's go. Question 1. Lima to Buenos Aires. Which mountain range would you have to cross to make this journey?
Lima to Buenos Aires. Have you been to Lima or Buenos Aires?
Yeah.
Adam, have you been to either of these places?
I have not. I have not. No. Have you?
Oh, well, I've not been to Buenos Aires, but I have been to Lima, which was. Well, I guess I may say been to Lima. You know, I've travelled through Lima. We didn't actually check it out that much, but you know, we sort of put my feet on the ground, had a look around. We didn't spend that long there, but yeah, it's a pretty big place. It's on the coast somewhere, but you know, I don't want to give too many clues away. But there are on near it some pretty formidable mountains that I could imagine if you needed to get somewhere else to would be quite hard to get over. But what mountains are they? Who knows? 3 seconds to find out. So question 2, where would you need to climb to if you're going to go from Rabat to Accra? Which mountain ranges would you have to cross? You know what, I've no idea where either of these places are, but if somebody does and can get the right answer, the quiz. Adam, have you been to Rabat or Accra? I'm not going to ask you this for every question. You might have.
Well, I haven't. I like to think I'm kind of well travelled, but no, I've never been to Rabat nor Accra.
That's okay.
But maybe. I mean, maybe this quiz will open up some horizons for me. More cheese on the menu, more destinations to visit.
Some delicious Ethiopian fresh Aib cheese. You know, it looked like it was in a breakfast bowl, that cheese, really.
Yeah, I don't want that with your cereal in the morning. Question 3. So Bordeaux to Barcelona. So where would you cross to travel from those 2 places? Assuming you go in a direct route. Be a bit closer to home, this one. Have you been to Bordeaux or Barcelona, Alex?
Good question. No, I've not been to Barcelona. I've been on the outskirts of Bordeaux. I sort of, it's as bit as tenuous as the Lima one, you know, sort of went through, we cycled through the bits of Bordeaux and then didn't really put a nose in. So yet again, not really appreciated Bordeaux. There's supposed to be a lot of wine there, isn't it? Wine and cheese, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it was near mountains, but you know, actually, I guess Bordeaux itself might not be near the mountains, but to get to Barcelona, you might have to travel over some mountains. There we go.
Yeah.
But that's my knowledge of Bordeaux.
Very good.
Question 4. Yet again, hopefully a little bit more familiar. where would you, or how would you get from Venice to Rome? Don't seem that, if you look at it on a map, they don't seem that far away. But actually, you might have to do a lot of vertical up and descent again to get over. You probably couldn't jump on a gondola, could you, in Venice and end up in Rome? You might get a bit stuck.
If there was a canal, there'd be a lot of locks.
Yeah, a lot of locks. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, so these are places people will probably know where they are, but do they know the mountain range that splits them? Perhaps not. Never been to Rome. Would like to. Yeah. Lovely places. Okay. On to question number 5. And this is Kiev to Budapest. Kiev to Budapest.
Now, I do know you've been to Budapest, Adam, because you mentioned this a little while ago to me anyway. But more interestingly, how did you even get to Budapest?
Yeah, no, well, I've actually been to Budapest twice. The second time, I did the more conventional routes by plane. The first time, I took a less conventional route, hitchhiking from Sheffield. So there we go. It was a wonderful journey. 8 days hitchhiking through Europe.
That's pretty brave.
I didn't cross any mountains, but yeah, I guess. I guess it was pretty brave. I mean, it was good fun. A lot of adventures. You meet a lot of different people.
Fantastic. Question number 6. Brisbane to Melbourne. What mountains would you cross to get between these two cities?
I expect all of these journeys are quite good journeys to take, aren't they? A good road trip. Brisbane to Melbourne.
Well, usually if you're going over to the mountains, you're either going up high, getting some beautiful views, looking out, seeing some stuff, or sometimes you're just stuck in a tunnel for a very, very long time and you're just looking at flashing lights off the ceiling, which maybe isn't so exciting. But hopefully most of them you would get to see something pretty epic, wouldn't you?
Well, that'd be the hope, yeah.
To be fair, I didn't even know there were mountains between these places. I had a vibe that there was just flat, but that's probably more just my ignorance than anything else. But there must be mountains because there's a question, and it's not a trick question. There's no trick questions.
And it's a big country, isn't it, where they are? That's what I say.
Good clue.
Yeah. Just mine. Question 7. Cleveland. Oh wait, that's Cleveland, Ohio to Richmond, Virginia. We had to clarify where these places were. If it was just Cleveland to Richmond, there could be some confusion. Because I believe there is a Cleveland and a Richmond in England, right? There's
a Cleveland somewhere near in Yorkshire. No, I looked this up. It's in is it where East Yorkshire, something like that, and then obviously Richmond's also somewhere in Yorkshire. And you could, whether you define them as mountains to get between the two of them, but I guess if you were very small and looking up, they could look like mountains between the two of them. So anyway, we had to clarify. Unfortunately, these are the new Cleveland and the new Richmond, far, far away in another country, not in the UK, I think. Right, question 8. How would you get between Winnipeg and Vancouver? Which mountains would you need to soar over or climb over or run down, something like that?
Winnipeg to Vancouver. Yeah. Again, more places I'd love to go to.
Definitely, you could end up with quite a list from all these questions.
Yeah, got the next 10 years worth of holidays planned out.
I know. Is this just going between the two as a road trip, or are you actually, you know, going to check them out themselves?
I mean, I like the idea of a road trip, but I'm not quite sure how far apart these places are. I mean, Winnipeg to Vancouver could take a week's worth of driving, for all I know. So it would take careful planning. So perhaps I'll just fly to both of them. Anyway, question number 9. Here we go. Munich to Milan. Munich to Milan. Again, it feels a bit more closer to home. Probably places many people have visited.
I've been to Munich a few times. I remember there being a lot of meat. You went into a restaurant and they just vegetables just didn't exist. You know, you basically just had a large menu with meat was your only option. You maybe got a bit of gravy. Maybe the only vegetable maybe snuck in was a potato. But otherwise, I guess it's anyone with a vegetable phobia's dream. You know, no greens on your plate whatsoever. Not even an innocent carrot could get involved. But the people were lovely. Anyway, so, yeah, great place to go. No, nothing against them.
Lovely people that love meat. What's not to like?
Here we go. Question 10. This is the last one in the Ain't No Mountain High Enough round, and it is between Moscow and Ulaanbaatar, wherever these places are. So, which mountains would you travel through from there? I know you've seen a film that people have travelled over these mountains. I mean, we've got to be really careful not to give anything away because they're a good clue. But you've seen a film, is that right?
I believe so. I didn't actually check this up, but I'm sure that it is that same mountain range. I can't remember the name of the film, so I'm probably not going to give anything away. But essentially, it involved some prisoners from a prison camp escaping, crossing this mountain range, and getting to freedom. It's a great film.
Getting to either Moscow or Ulaanbaatar.
It was a big mountain range as well. So
very good.
There we go. Okay, so that's the end of Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And we're going to go on to round 4, which is called What's That Film? What's That Film? So, fairly self-explanatory from the title. We are going to show a film poster, but the film poster will be missing some of its images, some of its text. So you have to guess, based on what you can see, what that film title is. Okay, so we just want the film title from the film poster that we will show. I think that's it. Hopefully it makes sense. You've got 60 seconds again on the clock. So let's crack on.
Question one. 60 seconds to identify a park bench.
A park bench.
Hopefully it's ringing some bells.
I wonder if that shadow gives it away as well. I mean, you know, is it a south-facing bench? Don't know.
That's true.
Just details, isn't it? Details.
Yes. Adam, I brought a little bit of fancy dress for the film round, and I'm going to put it on. Maybe you're going to, you know, leave me hanging on this, but you know,
leave you hanging. We'll see what you look like first.
This isn't actually a film that's in them, but it's given a clue. You know, trilbies and sunglasses have got to be part of the film rounds, isn't it? Maybe we're going to the movies or something like that. Adam, did you bring any fancy dress as well?
I mean, I'll match you on the sunglasses.
Oh, that's good.
I did have fancy dress. Sorry, question 2. Ooh, that's a moody picture right there. I did have a lot of fancy dress. I had a fancy dress box, but I believe it went to charity.
Oh no! Was that your decision to send it to charity?
No, it wasn't. No, but one of my favourite outfits was a Hobbit outfit. That's
A what outfit?
a Hobbit.
Oh wow!
Yeah, yeah.
How do you make a Hobbit outfit?
Well, what did hobbits wear? They had a cloak, a nice brown cloak.
Okay.
What else did they have?
Well, don't they have very, very hairy feet? I mean, did you?
Yeah, well,
a bit of cotton wool?
Well, we don't know each other that well, me and you, too well, Alex. But if you've seen my feet.
Okay, wow. We'll leave it at that. Anyway, question 3 coming up in front. Not who that person is, what film is this where we have what looks like a very old sort of wire, and someone's mouth and a very strong nose profile? What film is that? Does it ring any bells?
Strong nose profile. Yeah.
Hold it back to this. So you had a Hobbit outfit, and
I did. So basically, it's a cloak, a corduroy jacket. I had my just bare feet and some trousers. I think they normally wear sort of 3/4 trousers, 3/4 length trousers. So
did you have a ring,
yeah.
like a ring from the films, or was that? I guess only one Hobbit gets to carry a ring, doesn't he?
Yeah, one of them does. Frodo, probably. I think he does. I had a pipe in my jacket pocket. Yeah, I think.
Very good.
Question 4. Who is that? I think that's. I'd like to think probably quite a recognisable figure, but I guess it's just knowing exactly what the film title is for this one. A man, well dressed, holding a gun. A big gun. I don't really know my guns, but maybe someone can tell me what sort of gun that is.
That's fair. Well, I too have a fancy dress box that has survived maybe the dreaded charity shop that looms over many people's fancy dress box, and that's where I found this hat from. I thought it was very related to a film as well, and I've got maybe another prop which might be a clue to one of the films, maybe a bit of an obscure clue, but worth getting out for that always. But it hasn't had much use this year, unfortunately. Here we go. Question 5, halfway through the round. Do you recognize this poster of a planet? Some darkness. What do you think?
Yeah, it could be in many different films. That couldn't it? Sort of maybe a space theme. Who knows? Sorry, were you talking about your fancy dress box?
Yeah, my fancy dress box. So yeah, no, it sadly hasn't had as much use this year. Probably as many people's fancy dress box, if they do have one, hasn't had. It's a bit.
Some people like to dress up at home. I mean,
that is true. Yeah, I've not done that, but I guess some people do. It feels a little bit odd, just to dress up, when there's just a few of you. I think.
Yeah. No. Sure. No.
I think definitely fancy dress parties are the sort of thing that needs a big vibe. Lots of people there.
Absolutely. Question number 6. Here we go. So, what have we got here from this poster? Looks like lots of different superheroes. Perhaps you recognise them, but we want a specific film title to this one. I know lots of our church youth love these films, so hopefully be an easy one for them.
It's a very busy poster. There's a lot of people there.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's like just cut out loads of pictures of people, stuck them on a page. For the best. Quite happy.
Someone probably spent hours on this poor poster.
Oh, you probably got paid millions as well.
probably perfectly crafted. Oh, well, maybe that's what they did. It's a bit short on time, I think.
Quite angry picture.
Good. Well, question 7 is not a lot of much to go with here, but hopefully someone at home right now is thinking, I got it. I have actually seen this film. Probably isn't my normal genre film, but I think I saw it a few years ago, and it was good. It was good fun.
Okay.
Nice film. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. Never. No, but again, after this quiz, maybe I will.
Who knows?
Yeah. What even is that picture? I mean,
look, there's a clue at the bottom. It says Disney in the bottom left-hand corner. So if you're really struggling, just think of as many Disney films as you can, and it's not really a 50-50 chance. There's so many Disney films, it's probably a 1 in 1,000 chance actually, but always worth a shot.
it is. Okay, going on to question number 8. There we go.
This is what I bought my spare prop for. Some people might find this a really useful prop or not, but I love this.
Others probably throw them off the scent a little bit, I think. Okay, see, yeah.
Do you think that's a good clue?
You're going to say it well?
I give it away. Yeah. Wow, I could sing, but definitely gonna give it away. So I'll spare you.
Maybe Julian.
Yeah, I think definitely singing would be a game breaker for this film. So
totally would, wouldn't it?
It's classic fancy dress. You just grab anything and make it a really, really tenuous link to the film. But oh well. Anyway, two more questions to go.
Two more, and we'll have the answers.
9 is this one. I'm not going to describe it in case I give something away, but hopefully, to be fair, it's not a film I've seen, but I do remember when it came out a little while ago, and hopefully some people will know it. I can imagine someone could get maybe 100% in this round. I'm sure there's some people with some very, very good knowledge out there.
I think you're right. I think they could. I mean, they're all the films are pretty well known. I'm sure when you get the answer, you'll have heard of all the films. But it is tricky, isn't it? When you don't have the full picture. That's a nice picture, though, isn't it? It's quite relaxing, isn't it? Looking at that picture, like looking at a sunset.
Sunset, blue skies. It's nice symmetry. Yeah. Everything seems complete.
I think it's the symmetry. Yeah, I like that. Okay, question 10, the last one. Here we go. A very dramatic picture. Finish the round off. Looks like someone running away from an explosion, perhaps.
Is that a spacesuit? Is that an astronaut? Oh, no, well, we probably shouldn't say what we think, but I'll give it away.
Yeah, maybe. And just going on the theme of looking at the shadow, looking at the detail. Shadow, it's quite a long shadow. Perhaps it's in the evening sun. So perhaps he's running east in this picture.
Fantastic. Top detective work right there.
Yeah, totally.
Well, 10 seconds remaining on round 4, and then I think we're having a short break before round 5. The final round.
Yes, we probably should, shouldn't we? I think.
Going.
Yep. We'll give you a minute, and then we'll go through the answers. Exciting to see. Could be a game changer, this one. especially the geography round. I feel this ain't no mountain high enough. That was tough. You have to have some good knowledge of geography, I think, for this one. But perhaps everyone did well. Who knows? Okay. So hopefully everyone's back. Hopefully, if you're on Zoom, you're going to reset your Zoom call, and we'll go through the answers. So here we go. Here we go. Question 1. Lima to Buenos Aires. The answer is the Andes. The Andes. So where are those two places, Alex? You've been to one of them.
Oh, well. On the spot here, we got this wrong. Lima, I'm pretty sure, is in Peru.
Okay.
I mean, if we got the wrong, it'd be bad because we actually went there. Buenos Aires, well, it's in South America, isn't it? I'm going to say it's Argentina, isn't it? It's the other side of that continent. And the Andes, just like a big spine right up the middle of it, isn't it? I'm sure someone will correct me if I got that embarrassingly wrong.
I'm backing you on that one. I will back you. That's good. Okay. Question 2, Alex.
Well, how would you get from Rabat to Accra? Well, the answer is you would travel over the Atlas Mountains. Fantastic. So this is in North Africa. You didn't think there were, a lot of people just look at North Africa and think desert, flat desert, but there are some pretty decently high mountains there, sort of mostly in Morocco. So that was the answer to that one.
Yep, well done. Question 3. So this was Bordeaux in France, of course, and to Barcelona in Spain. And the answer is the Pyrenees. So I think that's the mountain range that kind of splits off Spain from France. You would have to cross if you would go over the border. Pyrenees, can do a bit of skiing there. Okay, yourself a mark. You got that correct. Well done.
Question 4. Venice to Rome, both in Italy, but Italy, the old boot, has a bit of a mountain spine as well. And that answer was the Apennines.
Oh, sorry, Apennines.
Oh, there we go. It came up. Apennines.
Like the Pennines, but the Apennines.
Yeah, a bit like the Pennines us, but I guess you just say it in an Italian accent and just add an A at the start.
Yeah, I'm not going to try that, but yeah.
Thanks, that's good.
Question 5. Okay, Kiev to Budapest. So I've been to Budapest, but not to Kiev. And the mountains are the Carpathians, which I haven't been to either. Don't know much about the Carpathians, to be honest. But they're between Kiev and Budapest. There we go. Question 6.
Question 6 was Brisbane to Melbourne. So we're down in Australia. And the answer is the Great Dividing Range. That's okay. Maybe quite unimaginably, named. I guess it tells you what it is on the tin. They're pretty big. They're great. They're dividing, and they're a range of mountains.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah, it's not very inventive, is it? It's a bit like moose cheese, isn't it? Just think of a name.
Like moose cheese.
Here we go. Question 7. Cleveland, Ohio to Richmond, Virginia, which are, of course, are in the United States of America. The mountains are the Appalachians. I think that's how you say it, Appalachians. So perhaps you got that one. I think it's over on the sort of east side of America. Yeah, let's go with that. Question 8.
Question 8. So Winnipeg to Vancouver. So hopefully you got the answer to that. And it's the Rockies. Some pretty big mountains dividing these two places. I'm sure some of you might have actually been there. Maybe to Canada or anything like that.
Absolutely. Lovely places, I'm sure. Big mountains. Okay, question 9. Munich to Milan. So Munich in South Germany and Milan in Italy. And you, of course, have to go over the Alps. Again, hopefully a lot of you would have got that correct. Alps being a sort of southern Western Europe. Lots of people go skiing, perhaps summer walking or cycling. Lovely. So that's the Alps. And then question 10.
Final one. Do you know what lies between Moscow and Ulaanbaatar? And the answer is the Urals. Maybe not your most well-known famous mountains, but possibly where in that film that we don't know what it's called, where these guys escaped and maybe hiked over and escaped.
Yeah. It might not be though. They escaped from Russia, and they went to Mongolia. Is that where Ulaanbaatar? I don't know. I'm not going to guess. Okay. So there we go. Okay, so hopefully you've got your answers for that one. And then the next round, what's that film? So here we go. Question 1. Good one to start us off, that bench. Of course, the answer is Forrest Gump. There he is, Tom Hanks, waiting with his suitcase. Okay, question 2.
Question 2 looks a bit strange, but it's actually the Colosseum. And the answer is Gladiator. There's big Maximus Decimus Maurolyus, if you're a big fan of the film, standing there with his sword, looking pretty angry. Classic.
I'm going to say it's my favourite film of all time. And
Cool.
21 years old. Came out in 2000. Oof, a fantastic film. Great quotes. Great acting. Question 3. There we go. Just got a picture of that side profile and an old microphone. This is a tricky one, but it was a big film. And the answer is the King's Speech. The King's Speech. There we are. King George, wasn't it? One of them doing a speech into the microphone.
Exactly what it says on the tin. Right? You don't need to see the film now. Great.
Colin Firth, wasn't it? Colin Firth, that's who it was.
Colin Firth.
George VI, probably. Yes. Okay, question 4.
Hopefully you identified Daniel Craig walking menacingly across with as Adam said, a pretty large gun there. But you might not have known the actual James Bond film, which was Quantum of Solace. Which I lose count the James Bond films. Was this like 1 or 2 films ago? Maybe I'm not sure. Obviously, we're still waiting for the James Bond film to come out. It just seems to be putting back and back, but sure, we'll get to watch it at some point.
Hopefully. Okay, question 5. Here we go. That space image. I think that was Planet Earth in the foreground there. But did anyone get the film? It was E.T. There's that famous picture of them touching fingers. Great film. Great film. You said, Alex, you'd never seen this film before.
I haven't. Maybe arguably have I missed out? I'm not sure. I know some people think it's an amazing film. I mean, there's the finger touching bit, and there's a flying bike, I think, as well. But I haven't seen it. Maybe at some point.
Yeah. Do watch it. Question 6. I think this was a tricky one, especially if you're going to get the correct film right. You probably identified them as the Avengers. You've got the Incredible Hulk and Iron Man and Captain America and Thor in there. But the correct title was the Avengers Age of Ultron. Avengers Age of Ultron.
You're going to know your stuff for that. I don't think I would have known that.
Yeah, that was a tricky one. I mean,
Isn't there 10 Avengers films or something like that? Or you maybe know. It's probably someone's cringing that. He's so ignorant on that. But anyway, that's good.
There's a lot, isn't there? But yeah, there is a lot. I'm not going to say how many, but probably about 10. Okay, question 7.
Question 7. This was the not massive clue. But if you know your Disney films, this was actually Tangled. When it works, there you go. They're hiding in Rapunzel's incredibly long hair, which is a good one. That's the answer to that one. Oh no, the teenager in our house, the Avengers film. Good.
Yeah, right. It is big. It is big for teenagers. Good films. Question 8. A massive film, one of my favourite, I think the best Disney film, actually. I'm just going to say it. It's the best Disney film. Lovely sunrise or sunset there.
And
of
you
course,
obviously have a monkey with a thing round his neck who dances around and, you know, does stuff. This was my subtle clue from The Lion King.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe that was a useless clue, but oh well. It was the only lion-related thing in the fancy dress box.
I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking you were Timon, as in the meerkat.
No, well, I could have been, you know. I was thinking, you know, the monkey at the start, he does that dance thing, and he tells me he's called Rafiki. Anyway, I'm sorry again.
He's a baboon as well, so I mean, you just offended all monkeys and baboons now.
But I hope people saw why, you know, you can't sing this without giving the whole film away. You know, as soon as someone says, "Is it a Wimberway?" or something like that, you know. Anyway, next question would be great.
Yeah, question 9.
Question 9. So, you go.
No, you go. It's fine. You go. It's yours.
Good to see if you. Did anyone know this? But I've not actually seen this film. It's a bit of a horrendous film, but it's called 127 Hours, and so it's a real, as it says, a triumphant true story at the top about this poor rock climber got his arm stuck and had to go to some drastic measures to escape. Quite intense, isn't it? I think.
No,
have you seen it?
I haven't. It's 127 hours. It's too long for me. But I did hear though, when it came out in the cinema, people were vomiting. Sorry to say that, but they were. Because, yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
maybe not film for everyone then.
No. Question 10. This last one with the explosion. Another fantastic film. I think it was an Oscar winner at some point, and it is The Hurt Locker. The Hurt Locker. I think that's a guy dressed in a bomb suit. He goes to disarm bombs in war zones. I can't remember the full story, but good film. There we go. So tot up your scores, and again, post your scores in the comments, and we'll keep a running total. And we'll give you a minute or so to do that, and then we're going to have our our 5 or 6 minutes talk on the Christian faith. So we'll have a little break to watch that, and then we'll come back for our final round.
So what do we get? Ed Clark reckons it was the meerkat. Oh well.
Yeah, I've watched this. I've watched The Lion King quite a lot recently. Been a popular film in our house, and yeah, it's towards the end of the film, and the meerkat, Timon, and Pumbaa, who is the warthog, they do a hula dance to distract the hyenas. I think that's what happens.
And are they wearing little flower things?
No, exactly. They are. Timon, the meerkat, wears that.
So the guy at the start, does he not wear one of these then? Or have I added that in? No. Well,
the guy at the start.
Yeah, man. I think I probably need to one, take this off because I obviously know nothing about The Lion King, and two, I'm gonna have to watch The Lion King maybe next weekend, something like that, sort myself out.
Yeah, absolutely. You can always watch the new one, couldn't you? Would be like the real life CGI.
Oh, yeah, but do they have flower things in that one, or is it just really real?
I can't remember. I don't think they do actually.
Right.
So yeah, what's the original first?
Yeah.
Okay, all the scores coming.
Looks like people have struggled with the movie. Films is a downfall, though some people have done very well. The disastrous movie round. He sings a song with the immortal line, "Are you naked for some?"
That's good.
Well, I think I've stumbled in on like a Lion King super knowledge. Wow. Got some other strong scores, 11s, an 8. Oh, a 12. That's a 14 from the cracked eggs. Again, another 14 from the pitchers, strong round. 10 from Eric and Joe. And 13 from the Bright Sparks. Yeah, no, there's me saying at the start that that my mum was going to bring all the movie round to their team, but they've only got 8. Ouch. Oh well.
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, the movie round, it's easy if you know it, isn't it? I mean, if those films you haven't seen, then you're going to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
But
you
I feel there's one more round to come. Obviously, you know, all to play for in the final round. Can you bring it back?
Okay, most people's scores are in. You can keep posting in. So we're going to go to our video now. So
hello, my name's Peter Bramhall. I'm the pastor at Trinity Church, and I do hope you're enjoying the quiz this evening. I wonder though, if we had a bonus round on jobs people have done in the past, whether you'd be able to answer these questions. Do you know what a tosher was? Well, a tosher was somebody, they usually worked in a small group, and they would go into London sewers in search of coins or other items of value, bits of scrap metal, rope or other things kind of washed down from the streets above. A pretty horrendous job. Not only was there the sewage, there was noxious gases which if you got caught in you would suffocate in. You could get lost in the dark tunnels, you could drown, the tunnels could collapse. Here's another job. What about a Victorian hurrier? Well, a hurrier would be someone who worked on their hands and knees down in a coal mine, and their job would be to drag a cart full of coal behind them to get the coal out of the mine. Working in the cold and the damp and the wet, they would be soaking wet from the wells, the mines. Again, a pretty horrendous job. What about this one though? You may have heard the term, but do you know what a whipping boy was? Well, a whipping boy was someone who would be a friend of a prince, somebody who's royalty, but it wasn't really a job of luxury, having a time to play with your royal friend. No, the whipping boy's job was when the prince did something wrong, the whipping boy got whipped for it. The wooden stick hit them instead of the prince. There have been, haven't there, been some truly awful jobs in history. And I don't know about you, but whipping boy seems just so wrong, doesn't it? Getting punished for someone else's things that they've done wrong. But as Christians, right at the heart of what we believe is that is what happens for us. You know, Jesus Christ, on Good Friday we remember that he died on a cross. At 9 o'clock in the morning on the 3rd of April, AD 33, Jesus was crucified on the cross. It's an event that he had predicted time and again would happen. And it's recorded in the Gospels, the accounts of Jesus' life, that time and again he said, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. And he explains the reason he was going to die on the cross. The amazing thing he says is, he was going to die on the cross in the place of other people. The words he used can be read in Mark's Gospel in the Bible. Jesus said this. He said, for even the Son of Man, that's the way he referred to himself, did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Jesus said, I came to give my life as a ransom for many, to pay the debt that people owed. He came to stand in for people, and the people he came to stand in for were people like you and people like me. The job of being a ransom meant that he was going to die on a cross. I wonder, have you ever considered that you might be in need of someone dying in your place? It's not something we think about really, is it? But something which is true nonetheless. So since moving up here, I've become aware of the dangers of Morecambe Bay. It looks lovely, but that mud flats, they hide dangers unseen, don't they? But I'm sure you've heard, as I've heard, people who've become stuck in the mud and dangerously slow, almost in a deadly way, and they often say something like this: I didn't realise I was in danger until it was too late. I didn't realise I was in danger until it was too late. All of a sudden, I realised I was stuck in the mud and I couldn't get out. And the same is true of our position before God. You might not realise that you're in danger, but it's true whether you know it or not. You see, God has made us, and we live our lives as if God doesn't exist. We live our lives as if we're the ones who make the rules. And God says that puts us in danger because He's a God of justice, and He will give us what our deeds deserve. And while that might not happen immediately, it will happen. In fact, the Bible tells us God is patient with us, giving us time to realise that we're in danger. But it will come. And when it comes, we will face God's judgment for our sins. But the wonder of Easter is that Jesus came to die in our place. Jesus came to do a job that we couldn't do or wouldn't want to do. You see, we've all done things wrong, which means we're under the judgment of God. We know that when we do things wrong, it wrecks relationships with people in this world, and that is the same as true with God. You could say that we have an enormous debt. Now imagine you had a £1 trillion personal debt, a debt you could possibly pay. That's the kind of debt we had before God. But Jesus stood in our place, doing what we couldn't do, dying on the cross to pay the penalty for what our sin deserves. And when He stood in our position, He made it possible for us to be forgiven, so they could be taken away. And because they could be taken away, He opened up for us the way to have eternal life. And the response to such a great message is this, is to recognise your position, to recognise you're in need of rescuing, and asking God to do that because Jesus died in your place. Look, this is a message we would love you to consider for yourself. And so we'd love to invite you to come along to church and to investigate some more of this. You can join us in person, or you can watch our services on YouTube every week at the moment. But we would love it for you to investigate. Well, thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the quiz.
We're back. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that short talk, and if it's perhaps something you haven't heard before and you want to investigate further, do get in contact with us. Do join us at church on a Sunday, either in person or online, and that'd be great to do. Okay, we're going to go on to our final round 5, which is exciting. How are the scores at the moment, Alex? Is it looking good? Have you got the scores?
I have got some scores on the doors. Let me just get them up in front of me. Let's just see where we're at. Some people are doing very well, but there's actually very close. I mean, I'm not going to say who, but the top score is someone on 28. There's 2 people on 28. Oh, no, sorry, on 32. My bad there. So there's someone on 32. There's some people on 28. There's also someone down on 22. But there's still a bit of a range there. Anything could happen in this last round. And I'm sure, though, unfortunately, the 22ers might be struggling to pull it all the way back to the 32. But those guys on 28 could easily overhaul a 32er with a good, strong round. So let's see what goes down.
All in it. Okay. Round 5.
Round 5. So this one is an observation round. So, maybe it's going to bias the teams with a lot of people because you've got more eyes, more brains, more ears, more noses to maybe pick up what you can see from the film. But you're going to get a short film that we're going to play. You're only going to get it once. So you might want to take notes. You might want to maybe divide up different people to look for different things, maybe, colors or numbers or, something like that. And then at the end of that, we're going to ask you 10 questions on the film and see how you get on. So, yeah, it can be a challenge, but yeah, maybe all eyes and ears for the film and see how you get on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And my advice would be don't get wrapped up in the video. It's an awesome video. It's emotional, but focus and don't get wrapped up. You can watch the video again later if you want to. Okay. So here we go. It's only coming once, and it's going to play now.
We're never alone.
My bad. Sorry. We'll start again.
We're never alone. And that is our strength. Because when we're doubted, we'll play as one. When we're held back, we'll go farther and harder. If we're not taken seriously, we'll prove that wrong. And if we don't fit the sport, we'll change the sport. We know things won't always go our way.
And the world's sporting events are postponed or cancelled.
But whatever it is, we'll find a way. And when things aren't fair, we'll come together for change.
We have a responsibility
to make this world a better place. And no matter how bad it gets, we will always come back stronger. Because nothing can stop what we can do together.
Ah, what a film. That's a great video, isn't it? It gets me every time. I watched it quite a lot as well. Okay, well, hopefully you managed to jot down as much information as possible. Hopefully it's in your mind. We're going to give you 10 questions about what you've just seen. And this is the final round, so every point counts. Okay, so question number 1 is, what is the number on the bib of the first athlete we see before she races? Okay, so the number on the bib of the first athlete we see before she races. There we go. I feel like observation rounds are a bit of a leveler, aren't they? I mean, it's not about knowledge necessarily, is it? It's
all about
what you saw.
Maybe. Well, it is. You know, maybe those who've whipped out their geography skills on the mountain rounds, those with a encyclopedic knowledge of films have had a strong film outing. But now, you know, you don't bring anything to the plate really. This other than your eyes to look out. So it is tough. It is tough.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's see how we get on. Well, hopefully you've maybe got a number for that one. If not, you can guess. The odds aren't great, but you could guess off that one. But question number 2, what is the slogan you see on the white T-shirts that were worn by the women's lacrosse team who are sort of in a huddle together, sort of getting themselves all pumped? So what was the slogan that you saw on their T-shirts? And the answer to this question is there was a group of them, all with the same slogan on their shirt. So, hey, you didn't just have to spot it once. You have multiple opportunities. So probably a lot easier than the last question, maybe. Or maybe
That's
not.
true.
Like thinking, oh my goodness.
I think the difficulty with this, the difficulty is the way the video was. You're looking at kind of two things at the same time. It's not one image, is it? It was 2 images.
Very
that makes it maybe doubly hard. I don't know. Must have been a nightmare to edit that video.
Yeah, no, someone's done a good job, haven't they, on getting the sync together. Well done, that person.
Yeah. Absolutely well done. Okay, question 3. What was the colour of the wheelchair that the basketball player is getting into? Okay, so you saw a basketball player getting into a wheelchair. But what colour was that wheelchair? Again, you could have a guess, couldn't you? I don't know how many colours there are, but
that's true. But I guess how many different colours would you have of a wheelchair? You know, that's maybe a bit more limited.
Yeah, perhaps.
But unfortunately, not 50-50. But, oh well.
Good.
Hope you're doing well. We've got 7 more questions to go. So if you're pulling your hair out and we've got 0 so far, you've got 7 more opportunities to maybe pick up a point if you're feeling demoralised, or maybe you've got 3 out of 3, which is very well done. I think I've watched this. Well, I maybe not watched it as many times as Adam, but I definitely struggled to get these questions. But here we go. Question 4. So what is, or what was, the colour of the swimming cap that was worn by the swimmer setting off closest to the camera? So the one in the foreground that you could see there. So that maybe gives you a hint that there was more than one swimmer, but you want to see the one that was closest. And what beautiful colour did they have on their swimming cap?
Yep. And hopefully these things, hopefully colours maybe stand out for certain people. Perhaps they go, yeah, easy. I remember that. Perhaps someone wrote it down. Perhaps someone goes, oh, that could be an answer to a question. Maybe.
How come you picked this video, Adam? I'm assuming you picked it. I didn't. Was there any
I did. I'm not going to lie. I saw it in another quiz. So
great honesty.
It's been used before, and it's an awesome video. It came out last year, I think, in the summer. Obviously it was during lockdown. Question 5. Here we go. On which leg? This is a beast of a question. On which leg is the prosthetic of the athlete doing flips on the beach? Okay. So there's an athlete doing some flips. But what leg was her prosthetic on? Which leg? This is 50-50, isn't it?
Exactly what I was going to say. 50. So,
yeah.
Hopefully you're going to pick up a point of this one. A little bit easier. Which may be given away that she had 2 legs. There you go, because it wouldn't be 50-50 if it wasn't. But anyway, so were you a partaker in this quiz where you saw this video, or were you another quiz master?
No, I was a semi-partaker. Yeah.
So
I was.
How did you get on when you did this quiz? Well, this round of the quiz. Can you remember?
This round, yeah, not well. They're not all the same questions, though. I hasten to add. So some of the questions are original. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Here we go. Question 6. We're over halfway through. What number is on the USA basketball player's vest who passes the ball to the man jumping into the pool? So a lot of information there, but basically we want a number. A number again. So see if you remember that. Yeah. On the ball that sort of passed from one half of the screen to the other, and that guy was getting it as he went to the pool. So did you get more or less than 5 when you did it?
I would say probably about 5. Yeah, I think it was probably about 5. 50%.
I think that's pretty good. And how many was in your team?
Yeah.
Was it just you, or was
there? It was just me. Yeah, me on my own. I wasn't. Yeah.
I think that was commendable. That's a lot to watch for one person.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a real team round this, though, isn't it? Because, like you said at the start, if you divided this up, perhaps someone was looking at colours, someone looking at numbers, you could do really well.
True.
Question 7. Which nation does the injured soccer player lying on the floor play for? Ooh. So there was a soccer player, football, lying on the floor. But what nation were they playing for? That's fine detail.
That's a hard one.
Yeah. This video, you might have noticed it was a Nike advert. And Nike have a habit of making great adverts. They know how to pull at the heartstrings, how to you know, play the emotional card.
So that's the-
I don't know whether people buy more Nike trainers because of it. I don't know.
I see you resisted asking a question. What was the logo on some of the sporting brands? Because that might be an easy one. I'm assuming it's all Nike. I didn't even observe, but it must have been because I guess they just want us to buy more stuff. But
exactly.
Anyway, not many more to go. Here we go. Question 8. So the baseball player, the sort of angry, upset one that we saw breaking the bat on his leg, what team did that guy play for? So this could be quite hard. You know, maybe say it was a football team, you might be able to guess a football team. I think I'd struggle to even name a baseball team, which maybe shows my ignorance of American sport in baseball.
Yeah, it's not as big as
he was very
American football bigger here, but yeah, he has to be pretty observant. I think someone was breaking a golf club on the other side of the picture, if I remember. That's gotta hurt. I mean, a baseball bat's gotta hurt, hasn't it?
Good.
Could you break a baseball bat on your leg? Could you do that?
No, I probably wouldn't want to try. I think my leg might come off worse than the baseball bat. Yeah, you wouldn't. Well,
you'd have to be angry to do that, I think.
Yes.
Anyway,
rage.
The penultimate question of the whole quiz, question 9: which letter do you see repeated behind the American football players taking a knee? So you saw some American football players taking a knee. That's kind of big in the news, wasn't it? Some time ago. But there were some letters behind them. What letter was it? 1 in 26 shout here. 1 in 26. Yeah. Going back to logos, though, if they imagine if like an Adidas brand got sort of stuck in there somewhere, that guy would get the sack, wouldn't he? I think.
He would. All the hours spent on like editing these lovely slick changes, and you left one Adidas. No.
Maybe that man jumping into the pool with it. Maybe the man jumping into the pool with the basketball had some like, you know, Puma shorts on. He didn't notice.
Right, here we go. The very last question of the whole quiz. What number is on the vest of LeBron James, the man doing a slam dunk? So if you don't know who LeBron James was, he was, he's doing a slam dunk. So that, I guess that tells you it's a basketball thing. But what number did he have on his vest? So this is your last chance. If you've been a 28 and you're wanting to overhaul that 32 team, maybe sneak onto the big top £30 voucher prize. This is maybe your last chance. Or you might have been, you know, a lowly 22 at the start of this round, but you could be sneaking up with this final point, maybe into the prizes. So rack those brains and try and remember what number was on Big LeBron's.
And maybe you just knew. Maybe some people have great sporting knowledge and know what number LeBron James wears in his vest. I mean, yeah, it's great. There's great BBC coverage of the NBA at the moment. LeBron James features quite a lot. Doing his slam dunk. Oh, there we go. Okay, so hopefully you've got answers for all of them. We're going to go through the answers now and see what you got. Okay. So question 1. What was the number on the bib of the first athlete we saw before she races? The answer was 278. So that's right at the start of the video. You actually got that twice because I messed it up. So 278. Very good if you got that one. Question 2.
Question 2 was, what was that slogan on the T-shirts worn by the women's lacrosse team? And the answer was attack mode. So you got to see 4 T-shirts as they went across. So yeah, it may be, you know, challenging to work out, but hopefully some of you got that. A harder one.
Yeah, attack mode. Very good. Question 3. What was the colour of the wheelchair that the basketball player is getting into? And the answer was green. There she is. So Wheelchair basketball player getting to a green wheelchair. Well done if you got that one.
And the colour of that swimming cap of the swimmer at the front of the whole load of them are all ready to set off for the start line. What was the colour? And the answer was red. Because the others were sort of, well, you could have maybe unfortunately gone for the blue one, but it was quite a clear red one. So well done if you got that right. See that too.
Yep. Very good. And question 5. This is a difficult one. On which leg is the prosthetic of the athlete doing flips on the beach? And that was with her right leg. The left is where looking at it, but it's her right leg. Pretty incredible to be doing flips with a prosthetic.
Okay, moving on. What number was on the basketball player's vest who was passing to the man jumping into the pool? And the answer was number, it comes up, number 10. Hopefully you saw that. It was quite, she was moving, so it was quite hard to see, but that was the answer.
There we go. Okay, question 7 was which nation does the injured soccer player lying on the floor play for? So this was the image we were looking for. It's a tricky one, but you see there's USA. that's a toughie. I mean, maybe you got it from the colour of the strip, but maybe you could see the badge there as well. USA.
Yeah. Some just seeing, like it just says USA in like tiny little writing, doesn't it?
It might have been a better image. Maybe
actually, if someone got that, maybe they were cheating. But no, I'm sure they weren't. I'm sure they weren't. Good. So who was the angry baseball player that was smashing up that bat on his leg? Well, not who he was. We don't want to know that. We want to know what team he played for. And the team was.
You got that?
There we go. The Rays. The Rays. What's the full name, Adam? Do you know? Is it what city are they from?
I believe it's Tampa Bay Rays. But we're happy with just Rays.
Just Rays. That's
we're testing observation rather than sporting knowledge, but Tampa Bay Rays. I don't know where Tampa Bay is. Do you know where Tampa Bay is?
No idea.
Full of angry baseball players. Anyway.
They can't play much if they've got no bats.
Okay, which letter do you see repeated behind the American football players taking a knee? Another tricky one, I think, but it's letter G. So you see that on the left-hand side, all those orange boxes behind them with the letter G on it. So, well done if you got that.
Good one. Okay, and the final question. So what number does LeBron James wear? Or at least when he was playing for this team. I don't actually know his number, so well done if you did. But the answer was, I think it was 23, was it? There we go, 23 there. So that's the last point. Well done. Top them all up and let us know how you've got on, and then we can get the final scores ready. Well done all for making it through the quiz. And thank you for bearing with us as quiz master. I think you are a quiz master. I don't think I've got the title of quiz master. I'd maybe a master.
I think you're very generous. I think we were just co-hosting, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, if you want to call me a master, call me a master.
Oh, maybe MC.
Perhaps just do so many number of quizzes before you become a quiz master.
That's true. You need to get a badge or a belt or a cape or a hat.
Yeah. Maybe there's like an independent body that kind of verifies that you are now a master.
Do you have to do a quiz to become a quiz master? I mean, that's no end of mind-blowing challenges. Fantastic scores coming in.
Oh yeah.
Well done. 7 out of 10. Cracked eggs, 5 out of 10. Whoa, the dynamic duo in with a 9 out of 10. How many? That's amazing. They must be like observant. You guys need to go sign up to, I don't know, like MI5 or something like that. That's amazing. Or maybe go get into a branch of being detectives or something like that. Very good.
Oh, hold on, we've got 10 out of 10 here.
What? The Tramps got 10 in that round? What? No way.
So yeah, just your scores for that round. Perhaps I wasn't clear on that, but just scores for that last round. But I'm sure if you're giving your total score, we can work it out.
Yep. No
10 out of
worries.
10.
Guys who got 2s and 3s, that is perfectly fine. I think that was really hard. There is no shame in that whatsoever. There was me.
Absolutely.
First time I was trying to name all the athletes. There's Rafa Nadal. There's Eliud Kipchoge, Colin Kaepernick, all those dudes. And actually, we didn't even want to know any of that.
No, there could have been that side to it, but I think, yeah, maybe another day, because that's testing more than just observation, isn't it? But yeah, you're right. If you're not looking at the right things, because there's lots in that video we didn't ask a question on. If you're not looking at the right things and you note down the details we didn't need to know, then you're gonna fail.
Great. How much did the car keys get in the final round? Just help us that. And we've got a bit of banter, cynicism coming. Who rewound the video? I'm sure. I'm sure they do that.
I think, yes. That is something you could have done, I suppose.
We could have. We're not policing here.
No.
Oh, good. Any other scores coming in? I know it was a hard one, but any other scores? I think have we got Eric and Joe? Have you got a score?
Maybe they've gone to bed. Maybe they've left us.
They've left. Oh yeah, doing a little bit of. Oh no, we did get the coffee scores, didn't we? Yeah. Awesome. Oh right, okay, yeah. Sorry, we're just doing some totting up as you were.
Okay, and we're going to, once we type them up, we'll give the top 3, I think, and the top 3 will win the prizes. Oh, it's been old Jersey Beans. They're giving a total score.
24.
Not bad. So that was 52, wasn't it? So people getting 50%.
Right. The final checks are just being made to make sure that we're right.
Great. Well, maybe I'll just take this opportunity while we're just tying up then to, as Pete said in his video, just invite you to our Sunday services. This Sunday is, of course, it's Easter Sunday. Today is Good Friday. So Easter Sunday, we're going to have a celebration at Trinity. We meet in person at Dalham School in Milnthorpe. So you can join us there, and you can sign up online on our website if you want to meet in person, or you can watch it on YouTube. That we live stream our services. So you can watch it live from 10:15 on Sunday morning, or you can watch it later on in the day. That'd be a good thing to do. We'd love to hear from you if you are just joining us and for the first time, perhaps. Great.
Fantastic. Well, thank you to Annie for doing all the tying. I'm the only person here clapping away, but she's tallied all the scores up. Well done. So we want to know who the winners are, don't we? Yay! So we'll start with the winners. So fantastically, with a strong score of 37 out of. Did you say it was out of 52? Yeah, I think so. Anyway,
yeah.
They were actually 2 points clear of all other competitors in the field, and that goes to the Cracked Eggs. Well done, the Cracked Eggs. Fantastic. That was very, very strong. And we actually have. I need to consult. Quizmaster Adam here on that. We've got a tie. We've got a tie for second place. So, how are we going to win that? Are they going to share the second place?
No, they're not going to share the prize. We've got a tiebreaker question. Actually, we were just thinking about this. through the last round. So we've got a tiebreaker question. So how many teams are there tied for second place?
So there's 2 teams tied on 35. There are the Rather Rowdy Radical Roys on 35. And then tied with them are the Tramps, who are in it to win it, also on 35.
Great. So we've got 2 teams on 35. So they are fighting for second and third place. So here we go. What we're going to do, make it bigger, we're going to give you a tiebreaker question. You've got to post your score in the comments. So that's the Roys, whatever their team name was, the Rather Rowdy Roys, and the Tramps, the Radical, Rowdy Roys, and the Tramps. So we'll give you the question. You're going to put your answer in on the comments, and the closest will get the second placed prize. Okay. And the question is, bear with me.
Thank you, Eric and Joe, for your score.
Okay, just hold on. The question's coming. It is. It's a beast of a question. It's a beast of a question. Okay, it's how many words? So how many words are there in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in English? So the English version of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the book, how many words are there on its pages? I mean, it's got to be a massive number, so just give it a whirl. Closest wins.
How long we got 10 seconds? Count it, or how long are we gonna give?
Yeah, I'll give you 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Okay. So hopefully you can post your amounts in the comments. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope you're going to post. What do we think? Okay. Tramps and Roys.
I'll get you.
Oh, well done.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so we got the Roys 32,564. Close answers, and then maybe a bit of tactics going on there. 40,143.
Ooh.
It's a big number. Good answers. The correct answer is 76,944.
Wow.
So it is the Tramp team, whatever their name was. So you get second place, and the Rather Radical Rowdy Boys come in third, I believe. Is that correct?
That is correct. Well done.
Great.
Well done, team. And everyone else, there was some people literally just below, some on 34 to 29s. It was very close. So well done, all partakers in the quiz.
Yeah, if you have come first, second, or third, so those 3 teams that have won, there are prizes. If you could email that email address there, rather than putting your email address on YouTube, you email that email address, so tcmquiz2021@gmail.com. There it is as well. Email your team name, and we'll make sure you get your. There we go. So thank you very much for joining. A little bit longer than I actually thought it was going to be, but I hope it was enjoyable still.
Definitely.
But, have you enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it. Thanks very much for humouring me. It's been great to get.
It's been a joy.
Get my shirt out. Can put it away for however long now. It's going to be.
Yeah. And you can. I mean, it's 9:45 now. You could log on and you could watch The Lion King for an hour and a half before bedtime, and
exactly.
You'll be all the better for it.
Does that monkey at the start wear a garland or not? That's the big question. We could have a whole quiz round just on The Lion King.
I mean, we think he has a stick. That's what he has, a stick, like a staff. And
Oh man, I didn't have one of those in my fancy dress box, so I'll have to dig through. I should have been a bit more creative, maybe. Oh well, next time. Next time.
Okay.
Good.
Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. We'll hopefully see you all soon. Oh, there we go. We're even bigger. And maybe we'll see you next time. Who knows? But happy Easter and good night.